Laundromat this week has been cray. By which I don't mean not like bad cray, just like chock full of stuff cray, and like I'm supposed to talk about the entirety of my life with a lot of outside footage. And also Glee and Once Upon a Time and Community. I don't have this kind of time. I don't have this kind of time video. And if I was super dedicated, I would make you 2 videos, and one of them would be like my life, and the other one would be me reacting to fandom. But I'm not that dedicated, so I'm going to throw out that all 3 of those shows were great. Community, so much Annie and Abed. I have a new tag for them on Tumblr, and that tag is OTP. She's his 3rd favorite TV show. They're gonna be together. They're going to be together. Glee, obviously we're over the moon. Like, I don't even have to, you know how I felt. You already know. I don't need to say anything because you know. Once Upon a Time, Faye, I expected better from you. And can we please stop doing crap to Belle? Can we just leave Belle alone for 1 episode? Like, Jesus. And if anything happens to Henry, I swear to God, Rumple, we will be through. We will be through. So I guess I'll talk about my life now or something. I wrote many a paper. I did many a ballroom thing. I went to another salsa night, which turned out not to be a salsa night, but a bachata night, which is just another dance. But, the woman who leads the instructions for this, her name is Michelle, and she also does our ballroom club stuff. She's really cool. Anyway, she teaches it, but she didn't have a partner there that day. And she knows me. And she was like, hey, will you help me teach? Which doesn't mean, me instructing anybody. She was just like, I need someone to come follow me so that I have 2 people demonstrating, both halves of all of these moves. So I led a bachata lesson, is what I'm saying. I'm a professional. I am a professional. But Valentine's Day happened. I got a package from home, which I forgot about, but I did record doing that, so that's even more footage to go into this. Maybe I'll make that its own video and just upload the montage of that separately so you can watch me be happy about everything that I got. Even though y'all already know what you got me, so maybe it's slightly unnecessary, but really I just like making montage videos because it lets me force music upon you, and watching myself run around in sped up motion is entertaining to me personally. But I don't know, highlights for right now, in case I don't put up that separate video and you still get to listen to my gratitude. Skyrim book is awesome. Those are expensive. That's so cool. I don't really have time to play Skyrim right now. It's like you're encouraging me not to go to class. That's the message I'm getting. You're telling me that it's okay to drop out of college and just play Skyrim professionally. But I will be using that in a future in which I have time. For example, spring break. That could happen. Gummy worms and a cool book of Sherlock Holmes riddle puzzles. I flipped through a few of them. I can do some of them, and other ones I don't know what it's talking about, but they're logic problems. So I'm having Target flashbacks, but that's cool. And knee-high socks and food. And a lot of pills. You sent me a lot of medication. You guys seem to be a little freaked out by my colds and my strep throat. I have a lot of Purell right now and some Disney antibacterial wipes. I feel pretty prepared. And lotion. I'm so happy to have lotion. But yeah, thank you for my stuff. I like getting packages. Yay. This video is gonna be so long. I don't know what to do or how much to cut or how much to talk about. So much stuff happened this week. I told you guys last week that every day this week I was going to be participating in something called the Angel Project. And what I'm going to attempt to do is record myself talking over clips that are recorded of what was going on to save video space. But for the most part, what I'm going to talk about isn't the actual Angel Project itself, because I'll be doing that next week also, but what the Angel Project is in reaction to. Hopefully I end up having enough video space to talk at you. Yeah, so that guy there, walking around the middle, his name is Brother Jed, and he's a preacher with a church of a branch of Christianity that I don't personally know the name of. I would have to look up. But it is a historically unpopular branch of Christianity, and in summary, this dude is a douchebag. And once a year, every year, he comes to the U of A, and talks to us about our sin and how we're all going to hell, and there's too many gays and women in short skirts on campus, and all of us are horrible, is his general message. And he books a week and posts to his website that that's when he's going to be here, and he shows up. This year, lucky us, he's doing 2 weeks. Campus reacts to him in a few ways. People show up to troll and sit on that little hill there and make fun of him and answer back and yell at him and argue. Other preachers of other religions and religious groups on campus, like clubs, come and talk in like against him and be like, this isn't what all religion is. And then there are groups like the Angel Project that show up to create, you can see one of the angels, that show up to just kind of silently protest what he's doing and say, we don't want you here, we don't want to listen to your hate speech. And yes, you have the freedom and the right to be here because we're a public college campus and it's a protected right to be able to speak on a college campus. But your message of hate isn't something that we want to hear type deal. It's a non-combative silent protest thing, and that's what I'm participating in. But I do also appreciate the trolls because, to be honest, he's crazy and it gets hilarious. This guy's name is Brother Dean. He's a former student, actually he might be a current student, who was swayed to Jed's belief. Anyway, what was going on this day was there was a planned flash mob of the Harlem Shake, which is just a new internet dance thing that's actually not new, but like white people just discovered Harlem Shake. It's been a dance for a while. But anyway, it's a thing. People were going to flash mob it to mess with Jed. But an insane number of people showed up. And it was just so many people. And Jed has never dealt with an audience of this size in his life, and clearly knew something was up, and Dean knew something was up. And I showed up to videotape the flash mob because I thought it would be funny, but it got crazy. So the leader of this whole flash mob group thing was Jesus. I appreciated Jesus as a person, I really did. A lot of people in one spot.
Yeah, anytime you get this many people in one spot.
I mean, Jed already walked off, like, I ain't dealing with this.
No, Jed's here.
He's off there by his chair, though. He's not going to come stand up front right now. And so then people started chanting, because we wanted Jed to come down front. That's where they wanted Jed to be, but Jed was not cooperating. So Jed walked up around the back of the hill with a sign, probably because he was really freaked out by how many people were here, but he also couldn't resist a huge audience. And so Jesus started asking people to move apart and form a lane so that Jed could walk down front, because they were still determined to have him come stand where they wanted him.
Move over there.
They can't. It's packed. Oh, he's doing it. Oh, shit. Sorry if you're gonna start.
He's the cameraman.
I'm just telling you, there's a judgment day happening.
December 21st. Let's go.
The Bible teaches every idle word we utter.
He doesn't even go.
Here goes. Get him.
I immediately left. But yeah, it turned out that after I left, the flash mob still went down late, and I'm assuming Jed didn't. I mean, when Jed got back up, I watched him shove the guy that knocked him over, and I was like, and left immediately. Because I was like, there's going to be a fight, this is going to turn into a real mob, there's way too many people. I didn't want to be involved, okay? But it actually ended up happening and going fine, I guess. It worked out, but there were so many people in one spot. But there's a link to the video of the flash mob on my Facebook page because Vicky posted it there. I could go find it and link it to you, but that's bonus work that I don't have the time for. And I'm pretty sure you could just Google U of A Harlem Shake flash mob and find it if you like really needed to. Also, I got married on Valentine's Day.
Okay, who gets what?
She has the blue one.
The blue one. Okay, you have to put it on her.
Okay. It's happening.
Okay. And with this rings, I thee wed. You may now do whatever it is you typically do.
So yeah, I'm a married woman now. That was my beautiful wife, Emily. We're very happy together. On Friday, I went to an honest-to-God toga party, which was entirely ballroom people, but when you call it a toga party, it sounds like extra thrilling, and who doesn't like a good college cliche? And last week we watched Animal House, or was it 2 weeks ago that we watched Animal House? One of the Fridays previously we watched Animal House, and Luke and Chris and Brian were like, well, let's have a toga party, so we did. But let's be honest, dressing up was the best part. And then this weekend I wrote many a paper and slept in late and had a visit from the period fairy. And on Wednesday, I had lunch with. How much of other people's lives do I talk about on the internet? I mean, they also live on the internet, but they live on the internet in their own personal way. And like, how much do I ramble about? There's a fine moral line when it comes to internet blogging. But on Wednesday, I had lunch with a few people that I have followed on Tumblr for a while because they're like big name claim bloggers. Lots of people know who they are. And they go to my school. And I ran into them the other day and said hi. And then when we talked later on the internet, one of the girls was like, but let's all meet up and have lunch together. And we did, and it was awesome. And one of the girls is in my English 373 class, so we get to hang out in there and talk about our teacher who was wearing a leather tie that day. I make a face, but let's be honest, swag. And that was just like really cool. I was really excited about it. I felt kind of special, and they're nice people. And yeah, it was fun. I hope I get to hang out with them again in the future. But yeah, that was my cray week. I have no idea ultimately how long this video is going to be, but hopefully it's reasonable. Totally not going to put up the montage video, and if I do, it will be at a later date because it's already 11:20. And I've been watching the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, and I want to keep doing that. But that was my week. That was been my face. Goodbye.